Patient with Parkinson's disease. Patient is a 50-year-old female who is a retired factory worker. Patient states condition started last January 2018 at her house at 7 a.m. when the patient slipped on a rag. Upon falling, the patient initially held on the doorknob with the left hand. However, unable to fully grasp the doorknob, the patient fell on the floor on the right side. The patient felt pain on the shoulder. She did not receive any help. On the afternoon of the same day, the patient was leaving from work and she went to a manghihilo, thinking a nerve was nalisa on her right shoulder.
Taking the patient's vital signs. The equipment used is the sphygmomanometer, stethoscope, a watch, pulse oximeter, and a thermometer. To begin blood pressure measurement, use a properly sized blood pressure cuff. Wrap the cuff around the upper arm with the cuff's lower edge 1 inch above the antecubital fossa. Lightly press the stethoscope's bell over the brachial artery just below the cuff's edge. Then rapidly inflate the cuff to 180 mmHg or millimeters of mercury. Release the air from the cuff at a moderate rate. Then listen with the stethoscope and simultaneously observe the sphygmomanometer. The first knocking sound, card cough, is the subject's systolic pressure. When the knocking sound disappears, that is the diastolic pressure. Record the patient's location, method, and position. Next is taking the patient's pulse rate and oxygen saturation using the pulse oximeter. A clip-like device will be placed on the patient's finger. The patient may feel a small amount of pressure, but there is no pain or pinching. Keep the device on for as long as needed to monitor the patient's pulse and oxygen saturation. Once the test is over, the clip will be removed. In assessing the patient's balance and tolerance, we use the Berg Balance Scale. It is a 14-item list, with each item consisting of a 5-point ordinal scale ranging from 0 to 4, with 0 indicating the lowest level of function and 4 the highest level of function, and takes approximately 20 minutes to complete. Sitting unsupported. From sitting to a standing position. From standing to a sitting position. Next is transfers. Standing unsupported for 2 minutes. Standing with eyes closed for 10 seconds. Standing with feet together for a whole minute. Tandem standing for 30 seconds. Standing on one leg for 10 seconds. Turning the trunk with feet fixed. Next is retrieving objects from the floor. Turning 360 degrees. Lastly is reaching forward while standing. For the range,
finger to nose. Have the patient abduct his shoulders to 90 degrees with the elbows extended. The patient is then asked to bring the tip of his index finger to the tip of his or her nose. Alterations may be made in the initial starting position. Heel on shin. To perform this test, position the patient in supine and have the heel of one foot slide up and down the shin of the opposite lower extremity. Pronation supination. To perform this test, have the patient's elbows flexed to 90 degrees and held close to the body. Then, instruct the patient to alternately turn the palms up and down. With this test, speed may also be gradually increased.
Timed up and go test. To perform this test, when the go signal is uttered, the patient is asked to stand and walk a distance of 3 meters in a safe pace, turns, walks back, and sits down. Timer starts upon the go signal. If the patient takes 24 seconds to complete the procedure, he or she is at risk of falling.
Ryerson sign. To perform this test, The PT repetitively taps the glabella of the patient. A positive sign would be the patient is unable to resist the blinking upon tapping, which would indicate an early sign for Parkinson's disease. Aptly scratch test. This test is used to assess the range of shoulder motion. Instruct the patient to actively reach behind his head and touch the superior aspect of the opposite scapula.
Mag-perform tag-exercise. Pero i-demonstrate sa nako first imong buhaton. So, mo ni teraban, wala itong gamiton. So, sa imong usa ka kamot, kukta din imong teraban, list kung sa teraban, no? Nya kani, position kasi imong usa ka kamot diri. So, straighten lang imong elbow. So, bera lang ka, bera na nimo, ana, bera. Make sure lang, steady, di ka magpadali ka magpada. So, dapat straighten lang imong posture, ma'am, no? Ana. Okay? Okay, sit down. Go. Make sure lang practice at tama. Sige, go. Wala ra ka nag-isod, kaya ra? Okay, again. Sige, count with me, ma'am, ha, for 6 seconds. Hold na siya for 6 seconds. Okay. 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so next ma'am, atong exercise kay supine trunk rotation. So atong buhaton ani, kay ipiko lang atong tuhod. Ipiko lang, tikas to ma'am. Okay, so make sure lang i-maintain imong feet flat on the floor lang ha. Sunod, mong kamot butang sa kilid. Okay, so atong buhaton ma'am kay imong i-bring imong knees sa side towards the floor. Ha? So ingani siya mamay, nayon na nako ma'am ha. Okay, ani. Na pero well nagbuhat ka ni ma'am. Kaya dapat ang imong shoulders ug back kay ang contact sa floor. So dili mo siya i-move, dapat maintain lang ang contact sa floor, ma'am ha. Okay. Ani siya ma'am ha. Ani. Dili ra sakit? Okay ra? Okay, kita sa side. Go. Okay, balik na sa ma'am. So, buha na ka ma'am, sa tanang buhaton, ready na ka. Count with me ha, 10 reps ni ma'am. So 1, 2, 3, go. Okay, 1, 2. Dili ra sakit? Okay, 3. Balik na sa 10. Okay, very good. So
Partial squats exercise with trunk rotation using TheraBall on both hands for 10 repetitions times 2 sets to maintain trunk rotation. Assisted active cycling using lower extremity ergometer for 15 minutes times 1 set to lower extremity muscle strength.
To improve the coordination of the patient, we are going to instruct the patient to pronate the other arm while the other arm is in supination. You should instruct the patient to alternate on both arms at the same time and do this for 10 reps times 3 sets. This intervention helps facilitate the coordination of the patient in the upper extremity. To improve both upper and lower extremity coordination, let the patient perform the bird dog exercise. Instruct the patient that their hands and knees should be in the mat for the all fours position, and instruct the patient to lift their arms on the opposite side while the leg is lifted on the opposite side of the arm. Hold this position for 6 seconds and proceed to the other arm and leg for 10 reps times 2 sets.
Cone stack exercise. So this exercise will improve the upper extremity coordination of the patient. For activity modification, you will instruct the patient to incorporate rest in all activities that the patient will do.
Home exercise program. Maintenance of Zumba exercise approximately 2 hours every day to maintain body mobility and coordination. Self-BNF on towards bilateral symmetrical D2 flexion with 6 seconds hold times 10 reps times 3 sets to maintain posture. Doorknob exercises. Perform yoga at least once a week to maintain posture, core stability.
The 10 Qigong exercises are the following. Holding the hands high with palms up. 双手多点,力三条. Thrusting the fist and making the eyes glare. 宽拳,怒目,增气力. Looking backwards. 五劳,机上往后调. Su and Si movement. The bird exercise. 鸟戏. The showing talons and spreading wings. 猪爪两只时. The beginning of heaven's creation. 简愿积云. The white crane flies high in the clouds. 远端拜河. The dragon flying. 龙腾.
So, exercise na miss para ma-improve yung Parkinson. So, sundan lang ko miss. So, head and tail. Then, pikas ang kamot sa pikas. Then, hangin lang ka. Then, turn. Right. Then, harap. 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 Pikas. Diretso. Harap. Pikas. Harap. Pikas. Harap. Sundan lang eh. Sundan eh. Then, pikas flat. Then, ano sa pikas? Sa left. Abang. Right. Abang. Left. Ani. Silo. Now. Sa right. Now. Left. Now. Ingat. Pagkakatan. Left.
First hands is 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8. Together now. Outside. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. First, forward. Then after, create a circle. Together. 1, 2, 3, go. Forward. Then after, they create a circle at the side. Then back. Then relax. Again. Forward. Then create a circle at the side. Then stretch the back. Then relax. First is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Together. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Start the front. 1, 2. Slow it down. 3, 4, 5, 6. Come on. 6, 7. First is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Together. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Start the front. 1, 2. Slow it down. 3, 4, 5, 6. Come on. 6, 7, 8.